Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be looking at a scenario where all the German-speaking countries in the world united. I hope you enjoy. If you do enjoy, like and subscribe, etc., etc. Even though, according to my analytics, most people stop watching before now. So I'm just gonna get into it really quickly. Okay, so the first thing the German Union is going to be doing is declaring war on Liechtenstein, and the reasoning behind this is I generally was not too sure if Liechtenstein speaks German or not. I did not want to search it up because I don't want to. Anyways, this is a really quick hit and run for them, so I'm just going to basically color Liechtenstein in and move on to some bigger countries the German Union will be tackling. So the next country the German Union invades will be Luxembourg. So the German Union moves troops in from Luxembourg, from Belgium and from the German side. Obviously, Luxembourg is a small country, so once the troops start flowing in from Germany, they just collapse. And in a peace treaty, this will be quite easy for me. It'll be really quick. Peace treaty is just going to be full annexation. They're just taking over all these small little countries around them. And all of these have been relatively unimportant wars. Anyways, the next country they declare war on is the Netherlands. So I just got to color in all of these little provinces around here. Islands, my bad, chat, my bad. Anyways, once the Germans, so lots of troops from Germany begin moving in, and the German front looks a bit like this. This is the German. This is the pure German. Not like that. Not like that. These are the troops from German. Germany and Belgium easily capture this one as well as this island. More Belgian troops begin doing some attacks here. A quick intrusion is made and this island is captured. The troops begin making a big push inland, and most of the northern coast is captured. Next up, we see this island being captured, and as more troops begin to flood into the Netherlands, eventually the Netherlands collapses. And this is also a quick peace treaty. In this peace treaty, we see full annexation by the German Union. I just gotta color this in really quickly, sorry. Okay. The next country they'll be declaring war on is there's a few options now here, isn't there? There's a few big ones they could go after. They could go after Poland. They could go after Czechia. They could go after France, which I don't think they do. They could also go after Italy, but my thinking is they'll go after these nations next, probably expanding themselves this way a bit more, and maybe push this way and make a big hit into Russia, taking Kaliningrad and maybe some of the eastern front line, and then doing a big 1942. Anyways, we'll have to see. But the country we will be declaring war on is the two nations here, Slovakia and Czechia, and German and Austrian troops begin moving in quite fast into the borderland of these nations. We're going to be pretending that NATO's not doing anything here. And Bratislava, which is here is captured pretty quickly by the Austrians, and the Austrians begin spearheading into the center of Slovakia, hoping to, rip them open, kind of. The two front lines here connect up, and more German troops begin moving in. Now, if you didn't know, lots of factories lots of companies in Germany used to be tank making companies, so lots of tank factories have reopened up and have been mass producing tanks. Anyways, the Austrians' plan is continuing to do well. Their spear is developing pretty nicely. You could say. Anyways, the Germans keep moving in, and I believe Prague would have been captured by now, which is around here. And as a third party, which is Poland, joins the war for land, they make a little push into this region of Czechia. They're aiming to get land out of Czechia. Which makes the Germans a bit mad as they try pushing even further and faster. And the German Union occupied lands end up looking a bit more like this. And for Poland occupied lands end up just like ending the war a bit early here. Polish occupied lands end up looking a bit like this, whereas the German Union occupies this land. So in a peace treaty, I think I'm gonna divide up Czechia and Slovakia. So the German Union will be getting this land, whereas Poland will be getting the rest. So yeah. Poland gets a bit more land than they deserve, but this is because they're just trying to keep Poland happy so that Poland doesn't declare war on them. So that'd be a big issue if a coalition with Poland was formed against them. So they're trying to make Poland happy with them by making friendly relations. Anyways, this is the land the German Union will be taking. And yeah. So the German Union is looking pretty big now. They've taken land over here, here, and here now. So they're getting pretty big. Anyways, they will be getting Poland as a union. No, not as a union, as an ally. And next up, we'll see the Germans and the Polish declaring war on two countries. So the joint country they'll be declaring war on is this. Then the only German Union country there will be that one. So starting off the war, still pretty big. This is the German Union trying to get Mediterranean access. Obviously, they'll probably push into Croatia to get better access into here, because otherwise, Italy could just blockade this region or something. If that relation. But anyways, so the German Union manages to push into this land. It's quite heavy because this was unexpected. And Slovenia gets quickly almost rolled over, as they're quite weak. Anyways, just bear with me for a second. The Polish push into here. There's a lot of troops still stationed around here, obviously. Anyways, the Germans take over Slovenia, and they push further into Hungary, facing minimal resistance as they're just stronger. And the Polish, they end up occupying all of this land. The Germans occupy around all of this land, and the government just surrenders. So in a peace treaty, we'll see the land being divided up or something like this. And these guys getting this. Yes, I know this is being differently like in the Iran video. It's because I'm just doing it straight up because I don't want to have to spend so much time. Otherwise, making all the layers and stuff, that would take me like 40 minutes. And yeah, because I want to get back to playing my games. I was like, oh, I need to make a video. Anyways, enough about me. You guys obviously don't care. Anyways, this is Hungary just got partitioned, and now we're looking at another war where we'll see Serbia making a move on this new land. Let's make it this color, I guess, because we don't want to get confused. Anyways, the Serbians. This is quite a quick war, to be honest. We can just assume that it goes very quickly because we don't want to look at this for too long, do we? The subject is the German Union. We want to look at what they're doing, don't we? Anyways, I know this video is getting pretty long and I only get views because they're short. But just give me a second. So, I think it's definitely, I might get the Germans to go after France, maybe. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna just end the video. Yeah, anyways, with some political persuasion, they get Italy to join in the alliance with them, and they declare war on France. Now, this is unexpected, so we will see some moves, especially in Sardinia. The Italians, they do an unexpected strike over here, and they start to move in here, trying to cross the Alps, and they get a nice bit here, capturing the city of Nice. The Germans, they push and they capture this land. They push into Strasbourg, which is old German land as well. And they also make a little push up here. As you can guess, the French, who are stockpiling up here, they make pushes into these lands, but obviously they weren't expecting Italy, so they can't push back against them. Anyways, they get up and start liberating here. But down south is Sardinia gets captured, and more of southern France gets pushed into. Especially, wait, this should technically be part of the German Union. Nice. Especially as the Alps are crossed, meaning that more troops from Italy can move in. But anyways, the Germans, they start moving along the northern coast, and the English, seeing this as an opportunity to secure the English Channel for themselves, they join the war. Because obviously they can just block off this. This is nice for them, I guess. Anyways, they make a little landing. The British make a landing on this peninsula, and the north coast of Brittany. Oh, how's my revolution? The German Union pushes back French attempts, and they connect the Strasbourg, Luxembourg offensive. Make one big offensive. And also I'm gonna have to colour this bit in because obviously, let's be honest, France isn't making any moves here. Anyways, the French, they make they make a naval landing in the Netherlands around here, and they try pushing up to connect to it. They isolate this part of coast here, and they also make a move on this island. French do. The French, they also make a landing in Sardinia and that's it. Anyways, we see the British connecting up their front lines to look like, and it looks like this. Their frontier looks like this. The Germans, they connect up to the British up on the north coast. France is kicked out of the north coast, and more German forces move into like this and this. The French capture this island fully, and they start cutting off this coast, causing some major logistical issues. But it doesn't matter for now, and the French, they capture these. And obviously with these logistical issues, the French can push back a bit up in the Dunkirk coast area, and they do manage to barely manage to slice this in half, probably causing a failure for the Germans. Anyways, going back down to Italy, they recapture all of Sardinia, and they start pushing further into the southern coast, almost capturing all of southern France. Up here, the logistical issues do happen, but it doesn't matter as the capital is captured by the Germans, and also the Germans, they start to push back heavily up here. Obviously, I'm going to keep referring to them as the Germans because that's obviously that. They start pushing back heavily up here. And moving over to the British, they would have moved into something a bit like this. Whoops. They don't get the... Is that the whole ocean? Jesus Christ, that is most of the ocean. Anyways, the British also make a landing up here. And the Germans kick France out of Belgium and start pushing in. These guys the Italians cut France off from the Mediterranean, and France gets destroyed, and all of this land becomes occupied before they finally surrender. Roughly this before they admit that they're cooked, which is kind of sad. Anyways, in a peace treaty, I can say that Britain will be getting all of this land. And obviously I'll uncolour them because obviously they're not really in here anymore. But I will put a little symbol over these two to symbolize that they're the same country. Anyways, the German Union, they get roughly all of this, which is a lot, I guess. Just quickly erasing the border so it looks good for you guys. Yay. Oh, I swear to God, if this audio file corrupts again, like the last video, I'm gonna quit. Anyways, these guys, they get, the Italians get all of this land. And France is reduced to this. Anyways, this is Europe now, after the new shift of balance. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Or don't. Make me sad. But goodbye.